Danny, can we just start with a squad update? John Souttar and Derek Cornelius, I think, picked up injuries on international duty. How are they?
It's a big one. It's not so easy. Today I need a list because we have a lot of problems. I think at first I'm very happy, very proud of my players, what they achieved. I think this is outstanding. It's always fantastic to see this. But then on the other side, before the international break, we had nearly no injuries. And now we have, John is out with a muscle injury. We have to wait how long it needs, you never know. Mikey is out with a muscle injury. We have to look how long. It's difficult to say at the moment. Derek has to go to a specialist again with a muscle injury. Could be a serious one, a big one. Bailey got the injury last week in the training. Muscle injury, will be out for longer. Yusuf is a big question mark. He got a kick. Liam is a big question mark. I think this is so far. Karen, Dishon and Robbie make huge step in the trainings process, but they need minimum one more bigger game before they're really a part of the squad. And Finlay is back after a small injury. Yeah, I think that's it so far.
I mean, Danny, that is a long list of injuries after the international break. Just how big a blow is that when you were trying to build a bit of momentum here?
Yeah, I'm honestly, when you send your players away in the international break and you start 10, I think last time you asked me how close I am with my starting 11, then you have a little bit of view what could happen, but on the other side, this is football. It happens. I know this because I worked for both sides. For the national team, it's important to have the players. It's always an honor to play for your own country. As a club manager, you always want to protect your players, is what it is. Football happens. I had some good conversations the last couple of days with some other players. I think it's now also an opportunity to step up. Sometimes in this moment, some players surprise you and show. I think it was good to had a good group last week and this week then together. We trained well. It is what it is. It's about solutions, and hopefully we have tomorrow a good solution. I think we will face a team with our goals, and it means the next 3 points. You have to go with this squad and you have to win this game. I think this is also clear from our side.
Quite a bittersweet one then for John Souttar. Of course, picks up the injury, but he's part of a famous Scotland side that qualified for the World Cup for the first time in a long time. How proud were you watching John and Conor Brannan and Liam Kelly be part of such an historic Scotland team?
Yeah, at first I think I looked to the lineup. I was happy to see him playing, and then I looked when I walked to the pitch and I couldn't see him. But it was a good evening. I think I will never forget this evening because I invite my staff for a couple of drinks to have a little bit of Scottish football together, and it was a nice evening. Sit together, watch the football game. I think outstanding goals, what a story during the game, everything what you like as a football fan, and at the end, it is fantastic to be manager in a country who goes to the World Cup.
How important do you feel it is to build on the good league form that you've had over the past few weeks?
Yeah, crucial. I think after 3 wins in a row, we want to go tomorrow for 4 wins in a row. We want to close, hopefully, the gap. But for this, you need small steps, and it means the next game. Let's try, have a good restart, go with a good result tomorrow, and then we see the schedule. I think December will be busy as well, but step by step.
Scott Fry has been brought in as the new set-piece coach at Rangers. How do you feel that will benefit your coaching staff and the team going forward?
Yeah, I think it's always the expectation is high, because when you take a new member on your staff, but I had good experience in the last station in Sheffield Wednesday with set pieces coach. I had good experience in the national team, and for us it was very clear also when I arrived here how should our setup for the coaching team. I think set pieces, you need a specialist. Scott has a lot of passion for this part of the game. I think this is crucial because sometimes I notice the player don't like this to train too much on this part, but at the end it's about 30% of goals are from set pieces. And we worked on the last couple of days on this and the defense and offense to have more solutions and also to have a good structure against the ball. And it takes also, of course, some experience together as a group. But I'm very happy. It was a good process. I think it was about on the one side data to look who's really at the moment benchmark. Then we looked which profile we want to have. I'm always a coach to have different profiles in my coaching team, experienced one, young ones. Then I had some good conversations with different people. And then at the end we made the fantastic decision as a club. I think there was also a race, this is also no secret. He had also an offer from other club. But at the end we could convince him and he arrived and I'm very happy to have him here.
Just back to the World Cup, not just the Scottish players, but you've got several players in your squad who are either going to the World Cup with their country if they get picked or are in the playoffs. Can you use that to help motivate them between now and the end of the season?
Yeah, of course. I think everyone is motivated here to play for Rangers. I think we should not forget, but to look then ahead, to have this opportunity to go with your country to a World Cup. I think it will be fantastic. One USA I was in September for 1 week in the USA, visit some clubs, some stadiums with Canada and Mexico. I think it will be a fantastic World Cup, a lot of different experience. And I notice, when you work for a national team, it's always special. I was part of the World Cup as well. And at the end, you never know when this chance comes again. And for this, you have to be sharp. You have to show. And it starts, of course, now in the next couple of months in the club. And for this, you need a good performance. And I think you see the smiles when they come back now. I think some players couldn't qualify, but they achieved some personal goals. They scored, they got minutes. I think this is helpful as well. All in all, good feeling at the moment, even with this small setbacks with the injuries.
And as someone who's quite new to Scotland, what did you make of the reaction to Tuesday night and the general feeling of the public here?
Yeah, describe how passionate this country is about football, the celebration. I think there was fireworks on. When I saw my staff, they were standing on the table. I think it was a great atmosphere in the pub. Yeah, all these things. I think this is why we love this football so much. And for me, really, I think the last minute to describe really what means football. Everyone hopes, whistle now, over. And in the end, we saw a fantastic goal. I think this is football, and I like it.
Well,
Danny, there was a little bit of chat. We know Scott Fry has come in. There may have been another coach added in this international window, perhaps one with a Rangers connection. Is there any update on that?
Yeah, I think at first, at the moment, the setup is I'm very happy with my setup. When I arrived, I spoke about to have a former player maybe in my coaching staff, but I must really say Stevie stepped really up in this role from the academy. The good thing is with him, he knows the academy well, he knows the players. That gives us a good link to the academy, and how he act in the group at the moment is fantastic. And it's also the reason why I'm very convinced that we should go with this setup. Yeah, that means not that the door is closed or someone else. This is still part of our job. We are looking for the market, and we look what makes really sense. But I think I said this a couple of weeks ago as well, it's about content. And at the moment we have great profiles in my coaching group. And at the moment, I enjoy the work with my staff.
You obviously threw out that extensive injury list. How big of an opportunity is this for potentially players like Emmanuel Fernandez to come and really grasp an opportunity in the side?
Yeah, I had these conversations the last days, and also with Manny to give him also the feeling that I think everyone is waiting in football for this opportunity, and if this opportunity comes tomorrow, then he should take it. We have also Clinton, Duchon comes then back. I think we will have some solutions for this. But of course, football is about be ready and perform then at the right moment, and you never know. Sometimes you have a story. I had this in the past as well. Some players, they are a little bit out, and then there comes a moment and they perform well and they are in the game. And I think this is what I told my players in the last 4 weeks. I think you saw also my lines up. It was always a little bit of rotation. You need everyone on the page, and at the moment, I'm comfortable that we can close this gap for the next games. But of course, we hope that the injuries come as soon as possible back.
Andy?
Danny, with regards, just for clarity, on the three, John, who else?
Derek,
Yeah.
Mikey, Bailey.
Are we looking at long-term injuries, do you think, or is this going to be 2 or 3 weeks, or when do you kind of finally get a diagnosis on it?
By John and Mikey, I hope at the end of December. But it's muscle injury. It could be 25 days. It could be 40 days. You never know. But Derek, at the moment, I have a little bit doubt. It's just 4 weeks, 5 weeks. It could be longer. And Bailey is today by the surgery. Is a big one.
When you touched on it, obviously, Manuel coming back into it, but Dujon as well, you know, he's timed his run perfectly well in terms of getting back into the team, because he's proved in the past that he is a valuable player. Squad member.
I saw this by Dujon in the training session. His quality, his calmness, but to play the football, you need also the body, and not just 45 minutes, 90 minutes. I think this is also crucial. I know for some players it's not always easy. If you feel ready, you want to show, you want to play straight, but we have to protect sometimes our players, and for this we decide take this weekend for one more sessions, get some minutes in the legs, and then hopefully he is as soon as possible then also ready for more.
Danny, you said during the international break you were going to put together a dossier of your assessment of the squad and give that to the club. Can you tell us a wee bit more about that and how that's been received by the people at the club?
Yeah, we had a meeting last Monday. I put the players in my light system, green, red and yellow. To give an overview, I think this is always helpful. And then it's also important to understand the content. Yeah, it's not just then you put the light system on and then you make a decision. It's about the contract side. It's about in which position at the moment. And I think this is now again, you have now injuries. Now it's a time where you can again see more of some players. They will maybe at the moment more yellow, and maybe they can improve in the green one. And then we will have in the next week the next meeting where we look through. And then I will also watch some players, some interesting players, what is possible. The good thing is we have a clear mindset. We are on one page in which direction we want to go, in which parts of the game we want to improve. But the good thing is really we are in a good process at the moment also with players. I think, for example, Danilo, if you want, he was out before I arrived, and at the moment, he will start tomorrow if you want. Yeah, I can say this. It's no secret. But this is exactly what I want to try with my team, with the players, to bring everyone on the highest level, and then we can really make the next statement.
In your head just now, how much work needs done in January, and how convinced are you that the club can do that for you?
Yeah, in the best case, you win until January every game, and then you have less work. Yeah, but this is a dream. I know this. It's about. I think we have to come to a point where we have to bring impact players then on. Yeah, it makes no sense to have just numbers. And I think this is especially, and this is also sometimes the hard job in January to get the impact players. But we will work on it. I'm very positive at the moment because we have so many conversations with me and Kevin and the board, and I think that helps.
Mark, one please.
When you come into the club, it's obviously at a time when there's a lot of games going on. You're new at the club, assessing the players. Has the international break given you and your staff much time to actually assess where we're going from here? You've got injuries, you've got new members of staff. Will there be much of a difference, shall we say, in the Danny Röhl style between now and the January window?
Yeah, I think it's true. If it's my style or not, it's about winning games. I think this is for me the crucial thing, to win the games. I think the last couple of days helps to go through. I watched a lot of our defense stuff back to see in which parts we have to improve. We spoke on Thursday when the players arrived. I give them straight again a little bit the impression what we want to do, because I know if you go to national team, you have different views, different ideas. Important is that we come straight back to our identity, and then of course we have to improve step by step. I think even after the Dundee game, I said this, we had now from 3 games in the league 2 clean sheets. This is a huge step forward. We scored 6 goals, 7 goals, was also a step forward. But of course we try to come in a perfect way. But I will never forget, football is about winning games, and sometimes you take also a dirty game and you win 1-0.
And also in terms of the games that you face, we've seen today with the Rangers accounts been issued that European football is something that fans have come to expect, in the last 5 seasons at certain volume. You've got a challenge there. Is that foremost in your thoughts?
Yeah, if you ask me at the moment with the results in the European game, I'm not happy. Yeah, of course. Let's play tomorrow the game in the league. Try to get 4 wins in a row, and then of course start to get points in the European League. I think this is the challenge. You have on the weekend you do your homework, and then you have highlights if you want in the European game. But without your homeworks, you will not get again the chance to play Europe, and I think this is also important to understand.
Last one, please.
Danny, you're still very early, obviously, in your tenure, but talking about taking stock there, is there anything over the past, I think it's month and 2 days, that's taking you by surprise, or you've kind of not been expecting in terms of the job, the league, anything like that?
I'm honest, I can just say I'm very, very happy to be here. All the things, my team, my players, my staff, the environment, the fans, the supporters, the city, it's at the moment really positive. The journalists, don't forget you guys, it's also good. No guys, this is at the moment I feel really home in this after 3-4 weeks. Of course results help, yeah, especially for a manager. If you have not the results, then it's always tough. But no, I really enjoy the work. I have a lot of energy. Of course, I was also happy to be by my kids in the last week for 2 days. But I'm looking forward, and hopefully we have a great future together.
Okay, guys.